Clients often ask me if they should be talking to large companies in their space who could be investors in the company. And that's what we refer to as a strategic investor, as distinguished from a financial investor like a venture capitalist or an angel or a private equity fund. And it can make a lot of sense to talk to strategic investors, but there are definitely some drawbacks as well of having an investment from a big strategic investor. So in terms of some of the advantages, certainly it gives your startup a lot of validation when there's a very large company in the space that's investing in you, that makes everyone sit up and take notice. So that's a good thing. And often you can usually get a valuation that's higher than what a venture capitalist would put down, because strategic investor is not as focused on the financial return. And then finally, often you get a commercial agreement together with the investment that might take the form of a distribution agreement or a research and development agreement, and that could bring you additional revenues. So those are all good things. And so you think, what's not to like, right? There are downsides. So one of the downsides is being thought by the market to be too tied to this big company, and that could foreclose other opportunities like doing deals with their competitors. And another downside is that the strategic investor is almost always going to ask for a right of first refusal to buy the company, to buy your company. And what that means is they're going to want to match the price that any other acquirer puts down. And in short, that's going to make it really hard for you to get the right valuation. So you need to push back on that. You never want to accept that. And there are some compromises that we can talk about at the right time that we might be able to get them to accept. And finally, dealing with a big company can be difficult, and they could change their focus. They could, the people that you're working there could leave, and things could change, and that could pose problems for you down the road. So basically, on the whole, it's definitely worth talking to, but you need to keep in mind that getting a strategic investment is definitely a double-edged sword.